Hi everyone, I am Great Fairy Carrie, or Carrie. I am the disembodied voice behind all of the island tours. So something I have noticed with Animal Crossing New Horizons is that the community is a lot different than in other Animal Crossing installments. I've been a part of the Animal Crossing community for over 10 years now. My first Animal Crossing game was City Folk, and since then I have played every single Animal Crossing game. Now, I haven't always been vocal, I guess, in the Animal Crossing community. Growing up, I was very much shy, and New Horizons is the first time I've really put myself out there, I guess, to become really a part of the Animal Crossing community. With New Leaf, I had a little Tumblr blog that I did for Animal Crossing, and I post little pictures of my town, and I'd get custom design patterns. But other than that, I've been very much a lurker in the community. Growing up, I keep seeing tweets over and over, and I just, on all social media platforms, I'm seeing people say that the Animal Crossing community is the worst community, that the Animal Crossing community is toxic, that for such a wholesome game, like, we are just bad folks. And that kind of hit home for me, and I was like, oh no, they don't like us. Everyone thinks we're terrible. That's not good. And I've started to notice, especially since I have been doing more in the Animal Crossing community with New Horizons. I've joined Facebook groups. I'm part of Animal Crossing Twitter, even though I'm not like super active on Twitter. Like, I'm there. Animal Crossing Instagram, just all around. I have just kind of seen everything unfold. At first, I thought that people were just making fun of the Animal Crossing community because the portion of Animal Crossing fans that were just overly dedicated to how much they liked Raymond. And that can be shown in my most popular video ever, which is about how to get Raymond, and all of the comments are, I would sacrifice everyone that I love to get Raymond on my island. I thought that everyone was making fun of us for that stuff. Or maybe saying that we're toxic because of how everyone was being extremely mean to Pietro and saying they were gonna like bury him in a little terraformed cocoon and just leave him there, and then in turn made comics about Pietro's suffering, which was a little out there, you know? But all of those things are just, you know, people's personal preference, and it's whatever, and it doesn't really affect other people. So I didn't think much of it. And then I started seeing the actual really toxic sides of Animal Crossing and the Animal Crossing community, and I was like, whoa, pump the brakes, please. What is happening? This doesn't sit right with me. This is weird for the Animal Crossing community. And don't get me wrong, in the past, there has been very questionable on the line things happening in the Animal Crossing community during the New Leaf days, when there was like an Animal Crossing black market going on Tumblr, and you had to pay like 6 million bells, but you could get the villager you really wanted. And I definitely did not do that with Marshall. But anywho, so there's been some off the cuff things. Nowadays, it's really strange. In the Facebook groups that I joined, which originally I joined the Facebook groups to connect with other people that like Animal Crossing, and then I started doing my island tours, and I was like, I'll use the Facebook groups to find islands to tour. I noticed that everyone was like, you can, not to me per se, because I didn't reach out to a ton of people on the Facebook groups for island tours. I mostly just lurked. I started noticing that people will be like, oh, I have such and such on my island, but you need to give me 10 Nook Miles tickets and 3 gold nuggets and 10,000 bells. And I'm like, why would they pay you to visit your island? That's a little scummy. It is. And there are certain instances where I'm like, it makes sense to pay a fee, because sometimes people will put a lot of effort and a lot of time and their own resources and bells into making like a scavenger hunt, and you get to keep what you find. And that would make sense to me to pay a fee to come, because that person went to all that effort to make a scavenger hunt to give these things away, so they should get something in return. And that's really cool, and I'm really glad we can do stuff like that. But just to come to your island to be like, oh, you need to pay a fee just to visit, it's a little strange for me. I'm not gonna pay anyone to come to their island. I saw someone that thought they were getting Raymond to move into their island, and actually they were just paying a fee to see Raymond, to like visit and look at him on the other person's island. And they were so upset. They're like, I gave you, I don't know how many it was, but they were like, I gave you like 30 Nook Miles tickets to just visit. I thought I was getting Raymond. It was like this big deal, and that's just really weird to me. And honestly, that's not that bad, because if a person doesn't want to pay someone else to go to their island, they just won't. So that's not even a bad thing. You know, it's a weird thing. It's a little toxic behavior, but it's not a bad thing. But as we progressed and Animal Crossing had been out longer, things got worse. I think every single person watching this video, like if you clicked on this video, you know about star trees. You know the huge discourse that star trees has caused. People were getting really fired up about it. I didn't realize it was a big deal. I knew star trees came out. I knew some people had star trees. I knew star trees looked cool. I'm not really someone that goes like super out of my way to get something. I ended up with a star tree though because someone just gave me one and I didn't think anything of it. I did an island tour and the island tour had star trees on it. It was my first tour that I've done with an island that had star trees. It was right after the star trees came out. And I put a picture of the star trees in my thumbnail, okay? And as soon as I posted the video, I received so many comments on that video. Every single comment was like, this island is trash because she used star trees. This person is not creative at all. This person sucks because they use star trees, and star trees is their clutch for their lack of creativity. And people were tearing apart this sweet person who I did an island tour of. And the island was gorgeous, by the way, regardless of the star trees, just because they put star trees. And I never delete comments. Like if someone says something mean about me, I leave it up because it's okay. I understand what I'm getting into when I upload a video on the internet. Like some people are trolls. But I don't like it when someone's nice enough to invite me to their island that they built themselves, that they worked really hard on, and for all of these people to come in and say bad things about the island. Like that's not okay with me. That's not cool. I'm gonna try to get those comments off of there before the person whose island I toured goes to look at my video and sees people being mean. So I don't know if I still have those comments. I'll look back. I'm sure that some people have added more since I last checked on that video. People were getting so up in arms about the star fragment trees. It turned into this big thing to the point where on one of my later videos, I had an island that I was touring that also had star trees on it. And I, in the video, had to say and put it into, I had to be like, no one mentioned the star trees. It's okay if people want star trees on their island. This is Animal Crossing. You are supposed to play the game however you want to play it. And it was just really frustrating. And the star trees saga did not end there. No, when the dream addresses came out, people who had star fragment trees on their island were putting out their dream addresses, and these people had dumped hundreds of hours into their island. They had worked so hard on them. The islands were gorgeous. And these, once again, these trolls, these folks that had issues with the star trees, they started reporting these people's islands got their dream address taken down. We had to do an update, which took everyone's star trees away. And honestly, to all of the people who are anti-star trees out there, do you think that Nintendo did not know that there were star trees on people's islands before they did the update? They've known since day one that there were star trees on people's islands. Like the first day that this became a thing, Nintendo was aware of it. And if it was that big of a deal to them, they could have released an update later on that week and taken them out. And also, folks are out here fear-mongering that if you put star trees on your island, it's gonna corrupt your disc and you're gonna lose your Animal Crossing game, and that's not how that works. This one girl that is one of my favorite people that watches my videos, because I think she is so funny and so sweet. I think she said it best. She commented on my video, the ones spreading the scare tactic and misinformation are clearly jealous and have the childish. If I can't have them or am too scared or don't want to trade or pay for them, then nobody can. So she also said, hating, bitter, pressed people over Animal Crossing trees. And that's probably one of my favorite comments I've ever received on a video. So, Janelle, you are a goddess. Thank you. Yeah, star trees are just the best. People were in my comments saying they were illegal, and I was like, what's gonna happen? Are you gonna get arrested? And it's gonna be like, arrested for putting a star tree on your Animal Crossing island. Like, what kind of criminal? This video is to just acknowledge the issues in the Animal Crossing community. Some of the things in this video are more lighthearted. It's like, people really like Raymond, and then other ones are like, hey, don't report other people's islands unless there's something on the island that's actually like offensive or like dangerous. I don't really know how to end this video. because it felt like a really big rant to me. These are just things that I've noticed over the past few months. I just wanted to talk about these things, and I don't like these things. I don't like seeing other people be mean to each other. I don't like seeing people get put down by others. Please do not forget to like and subscribe for more videos and hit the bell notification. Merch is out now. And thank you guys so much. I hope you have a great day and a great rest of your week. And have a good one.